such a whirlwind of a season for Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines, starting the season outside the top 25, then finally beating the Buckeyes and now in the college football playoff. So what would a title mean for his legacy?
I think it would solidify him as a legitimate college football coach at Michigan and where he's brought Michigan from. And it's interesting that he's been on the hot seat for years now. People asking when are they going to move on, when they're going to switch coaches. And for them to go back and ask him to take a pay cut, and then he does this in this season is absolutely amazing already, no matter what happens. But getting a championship in the same season where you start off a season not ranked, got no respect, you finally knock off Ohio State, would just mean and solidify him as a guy that's done something that not a lot of coaches have done.
Joey, you obviously been covering the game for a long time. You have great relationships with coaches, guys like Nick Saban, guys like Ryan Day. You are in it. What is it about Harbaugh that makes him different than other coaches that can get his team to the top?
You know what? It's interesting. All coaches have a different style. And I think coaches have to be able to adjust to the kids that they're coaching. So if you have a young quarterback, you have to treat them differently. If you have a veteran guys, if you had it's a team with seniors on it, you can treat that team differently. And we've been waiting to see how this was going to work out for Michigan, how he was going to eventually bring this team back and get them to the top. And it didn't look good for a long time, but now it looks really good. So somehow he figured out what is the right mix, what is the right way to coach this football team, and now we're going to find out if he can just finish it off and take them all the way to the top.
Well, a potential difficulty today, Michigan may be without one of its top defenders, Daxton Hill. He's questionable, according to Jim Harbaugh. So how much pressure will this put on Michigan's defensive front to pressure Stetson Bennett, would you say?
Well, I think that pressure's there either way. I think that, the Michigan defensive line is one of the best lines in the country. And so the pressure to get after Stetson Bennett, the pressure to stop the Georgia run game is going to be there regardless if Hill is playing in this game or not. That's just going to be another playmaker that they're going to be without in this game. I think he's second on his team in tackles. So anytime a guy goes down and you recruited to the level of a Michigan, of a Georgia, and any of these teams at this level, you just have to have next man up, which we're seeing a lot of that in this bowl season because a lot of people opting out. There's been a lot of injuries. So just like those teams have had to do, Michigan will have to do the same thing, next man up.
Joey, a lot of people talk about strength on strength, right? This is going to be a Michigan running attack versus a Georgia defense, strength on strength. But then you talk about X factor, Stetson Bennett, what will he be able to do? We know Michigan's defense is good as well. All that being said, if Michigan's defense can stop Georgia's runs, Zamir White, et cetera, Stetson Bennett at quarterback, all great. But then you've got two edge rushers for Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo, who, in my opinion, could be game changers. Do you think the game will get all the way to that point where those two edge rushers are making plays that are changing the game?
If Michigan has a shot in this game, those two edge rushers are going to have to be making plays to change this game. That's their only chance. And so when you talk about Michigan and Georgia, realistically, the game plan is exactly the same for both teams. They both have a quarterback that has developed into a very good quarterback at this point in the season, but both offenses rely on their run game to carry their offense. Both teams have really good defensive fronts. Both teams rely on those defensive fronts to be disruptive, to stop the run, and to get pressure on the quarterback. So when you talk about Georgia and Michigan, it is exactly the same game plan either way you look at it. So for Georgia and Michigan, their defensive lines have to make plays and put pressure on quarterbacks, stop the run for either team to have a chance to win.
Okay, let's look at the Cotton Bowl now, Joey. Alabama star wide receiver John Mechie, he's out. Can Bama's offense overcome his absence against the elite Cincy secondary?
You know what? Alabama seems like they deal with this at this time of year all the time. Jalen Waddle being a guy that didn't get a chance to play in the championship game. Well, he played, but didn't really play in the championship game because he was injured. They have recruited so well at Alabama that we always just assume that they're going to go get another one of those five-star athletes to come on the field and make plays. We've seen Ja'Cory Brooks against Auburn make a terrific catch down the sideline for a touchdown in a crucial moment. So the idea that losing a receiver would hold back Alabama, I don't think that's the case. I think Jameson Williams still going to be Jameson Williams. I think it's going to be a terrific matchup in that secondary. You got Billingsley, the tight end. So Alabama have plenty of athletes running out to catch passes.
My question is this, though. My question would be, what is the game plan for Cincinnati? Because for me, I think, okay, Cincinnati, they're up when it matters. They play big when it matters. Against Notre Dame, they dominated that game. In the AFC Championship game against Houston, dominated. SMU, which on November 20th, everyone was looking at that game as going to be a big game. If SMU was undefeated, they had lost. They weren't ranked at the time. But they always play up to their opponents.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.